All right, Oval fans, this is my review for Season 4, Episode 13, entitled Back Off. All right, so pretty much we pick up where we left off. Oh, also, my bad. What did I score the episode? I will say that this episode of the Oval was slightly better than Sisters. It didn't annoy me as much, but to be honest, I didn't even do my usual note-taking. I did take notes, but it wasn't me doing like okay, let me, go into great detail about what happened in this scene. No, it was really more like a highlight reel of, okay, so these characters are in the same scenarios as they always are. So you know exactly what they're going to say. Case in point. The score is a 5 out of 10. And trust and believe that is not horrible. It is higher than Sisters, but it's middle of the road where you can kind of skip this episode and you really wouldn't miss much at all. All right, so Victoria, is setting. She basically set up the Yellow Room meeting with Sam and Priscilla. Priscilla got the tea. I ain't gonna lie. I thought that Priscilla, when she put the tea down, she was about to pour it all over Victoria. I thought we were getting that, but we didn't. But basically, Sam is like, oh gosh. And the thing is, Priscilla just leaves, Sam can't even look her in the eye because he's so ashamed because, well, to be fair, he didn't do anything. But here's the part that kind of annoyed me because I think I mentioned this in I think it was my review from last week. When Victoria was kind of pressing up on him, he kind of didn't do anything. But when Priscilla had already left and Victoria tried pushing up on him again, that's when he decided to use his arms to kind of, wiggle out of it like, hey, Victoria, stop. Basically, it gets to a point of the power of words, basically meaning that we hear these characters recite the same bits of dialogue over and over again. Sam saying, I'm off the detail. Victoria saying, no, you're not. I'm my father's daughter. I can be cutthroat. So if I want something, I get it. He continuously tries to dismiss himself, but that doesn't work. He then goes so far as to say, you know what? Hey, I'll leave the White House and go on a different detail then. You would really do that? Yes, I would. You love her that much? Yes, I do. Boy, you didn't love her that much when you were backing that thing up on me the last time we were in here. I ain't gonna lie, Victoria, when she was doing that, she got down and started, like lightly twerking on Sam. I would have been like, you know what? Round 2 it is. All right, but in any case, it gets to the point where Sam just up and leaves and Priscilla's like pissed off. But she's just toying with, if nothing else, Sam is a plaything, which I do believe she even told Eli that. And it's just something to keep her busy, in terms of causing mayhem because of the fact that her and Eli can't be together right now. So that leads to the kitchen where Sam tries to check in with Priscilla about what went down. And basically, she's in her feelings about it. Sam is thankful that she's remaining calm, but it's not because of the fact that she knows Sam was set up in that position, but it's the fact that she knows she still, has it because of Bobby flirting with her earlier. But then Sam goes on to say that, and this is the most, holy crap, are we really doing this thing? Priscilla rightfully says, hey, she's sexually harassing you. Why don't you turn her in? I look like a weak ass agent if I did that. And you could tell how well that would fly. Here's the thing. I thought that if Sam, when Priscilla asked the question, Sam's retort would have been, Priscilla, this whole thing is a bull crap cover story. If I tried to turn her in for sexual harassment, they would just try to cover it up, say I was lying, or probably try to kill me. Hell, they already tried to kill me. So it's like the fact that the only excuse he has for not turning her in is because he doesn't want to look weak, which seems like a flimsy excuse because in Priscilla's mind, that could be interpreted as, oh, you don't want to turn her in because you want this to keep going. So for once, I was like, damn, Priscilla has the right to be mad. But at the same time, I'm just sick of seeing this storyline in terms of her being mad, but she has, reason to be. But at the same time, when it comes to Sam, he doesn't have the best track record of, squashing situations when he has the chance to. So she goes on to say that she's going to, go out with Bobby and get her a man because they're in an open marriage. So I guess it must be a Will and Jada nod right there. But regardless, Bobby approaches Max as he's standing in front of Eli's office, to guard him. And, he takes over while Max goes to make a, quick run to the restroom. Priscilla, sashays her way up to him and, asks if, hey, you want to go to dinner? I don't know if Sam would like this. It's like, yeah, hey, don't worry about Sam. Let's go. Okay, I get off soon. So right before she leaves, Sam kind of creeps up the hallway and kind of hears what's going on. But as soon as Priscilla walks away, she just ignores him. And then Sam, steps up to Bobby about what was going on. And nothing, sir. And then, look, I know who you are. I know your reputation. Yeah, Bobby, baby. Look, we're going through some problems right now, but just back off. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, okay. So then as Sam walks off, Max comes out of the restroom. He's like, hey, man, what's going on? And there's some back and forth banter about, dribbling on himself, but I ain't going to talk about that. But in any case, Bobby is, deflecting from the whole Sam thing, but he does bring up the fact that the second lady doesn't really trust that bullcrap cover story that Eli presented everybody. And, Max is worried because it's like, whoa, you don't want her. I hope she doesn't poke around too much because she could find herself in a dangerous position because of the fact that it's not good to be asking the wrong questions. Well, the right questions to the wrong people. And then from there, they also mention the fact that there's no word from Sharon. So they're still kind of out on the limb on what to do. So from there, Eli comes out of his office and they wind up taking him home. And when they do so, they drop him off. And Bobby's, in a rush. And he's like, where are you going? I got a hot date. With who? Not Lily. Priscilla, Sam's wife. And, Max warns him not to do it because, like, look, they're going through some problems right now. Don't get involved in their situation. You're just going to make things worse. Bobby don't give a damn because Bobby's horny and he wants to get some. And he's like, look, hey, remember me and Kyle? We're going to box. You're supposed to be on a water boy in the corner. Hey, if I don't get lucky tonight, then I'll come by and watch. Come on, man. Don't do it. Hey, Bobby, don't do it. But then Bobby goes anyway because he's Bobby, baby. All right. So in any case, we go over to the pharmacy and Tyrone comes in. Manny from Ruthless. And cool little continuity thing here, but he shows that he actually has a haircut, so that's why Dale didn't recognize him. But we do have continuity to Ruthless because they did meet, I think, in the deli during season 1, part 2. And basically, he asked Dale if he wants to join the Rakadushi, and he's like, I'm good, man, but yeah, you work at this pharmacy now, so in case you join up, you can supply us with what we need. Okay, I'll think about it. And I love when he says I'm thinking about it, but he's shaking his head no, obviously. And then he walks off. And also, him and Sharon talk about how, Kareem hasn't called back since he left the pharmacy. Still no word from Barry, so there's no telling what's going on. And the interesting thing is, they were talking about whether or not Barry went back to that compound moments before Manny actually came in there, so that just felt a bit creepy. Also, a quick stop over at Alan's apartment. They're eating the food, drinking beer, and, Jason's still flailing that gun around. And basically, Alan, he's just trying to calm him down, just saying, hey, so what's your plan, man? Like, what are you going to do? Oh, I'm going to stay here a while, but I mean, like, hey, man, you can't stay here. Like, what's your long-term plan? I don't know, man. Don't stress me out. Look, I ain't got no money or anything. And then Alan's like, well, I could call Priscilla if you give me one phone call. Hey, this isn't a phone a friend time. So basically, Priscilla helped him out of a couple jams. So Priscilla hates me. Well, he doesn't get to make the phone call and they just sit there. And I'm just thinking the whole time, look, you know those videos that are kind of going, viral because it's like, when police or martial arts people teach you how to restrain somebody. Like if someone's holding you at gunpoint, here's what you should do. Or if you get into your vehicle and somebody is in the back seat and like ties something around your neck, here's how you escape it. And then the joke is, okay, the expert demonstrates how to do it. And then like a regular average everyday Joe, decides to do the same thing and then they end up dead. And that's like the joke. It's like, if I tried to defend myself like that, I'll be dead in less than 10 seconds. And I feel like when it comes to the Alan and Jason scenario. Jason, I think Alan could overpower him. And on top of that, Jason constantly has the gun like resting on the couch. Yes, he does point it at Alan, but there are times where he straight up has the gun facing down on the couch. And I'm like, Alan, couldn't you just reach over quickly and restrain that arm? I mean, yeah, you would have to watch out because of the fact that Jason has the glass beer bottle in his other hand, but it's getting to the point where it's just downright ridiculous how casual they are about just sitting here and he has that damn gun. So, moving forward from there, we have Sam, who's agitated about the whole date night because he overheard what went down between Priscilla and Bobby. And then that other agent is like, sir, what's going on? I was like, why are you looking on my damn shoulder? Sir, I just wanted to see if everything was okay. Go take a break, something. Damn. Oh, okay, sir. But then he calls David and basically checks in on him. David, is, up and about, walking around again. And from there, he has, he's like giving an update. He's like, hey, I got some people looking into finding Jason. And Sam actually has information on the, whereabouts of his truck. And he's like, I'll keep you in touch as soon as I find the exact address. But there's somebody I need you to beat up if he shows up at this particular restaurant. So basically, it seems like Sam is sending David to beat up Bobby if he and Priscilla go out to a restaurant. So when Eli gets to the bedroom, Simone is looking fine as ever in that damn red robe and saying, oh, you had a long day. Let's go take a bath together. Man, do you know? Okay, never mind. No, I'm about to get, fuck it. You know how badly I want to come home to something. Well, first I would need a house of my own to come home to, but you know what I mean. Come home after a long day, fine ass wife. Hey, you want to go take a bath together to unwind? Hell yeah. So in any case, Eli, pretty much interrupts the moment by asking, did you contact so-and-so? I think Tom something. Basically, Simone was contacting some of the people that she felt might be able to verify the cover story that Eli gave because everything just seemed too easy, coincidental. But he reassures her like, look, everything I said was the truth. I know you want the White House, but we can't go about it this route. It's over for now. That door's closed. Let's move on. But he gets a bit stern with her, but she's like, don't talk to me in that tone. Okay, fine. I'm sorry. I want to go take a shower. It's like, you don't want to take a bath? No. What does this boy do? He goes down to his office to call Victoria because she found out about the whole calling around thing and offers to persuade her to stop. And he's like, no. She's fine. She's harmless. I, put my foot down and let her know not to, ask around the way she did before. And it gets to the point where it's like, so what are you doing? And she rolls her eyes, just laying in bed, touching myself. Oh, video chat me right now. Because this fool unzips himself and, he's touching himself. And she's like, oh, well, I like to keep a little mystery because she surely ain't doing the same thing. And that's how that scene ends. All right. Kareem calls his cousin to come over. He'll be over in 30 minutes. 30 minutes goes by. Kareem ain't nothing but he a punk. He a punk. So he calls his cousin over and explains the situation. His cousin is like, yo, whoa, whoa. So you literally brought me into an active crime scene because you say this dude was planted here. He's dead in your bed all day. He's still there. I got a lot of heat on me right now. Basically turns out that his cousin runs a drug operation through Kareem's pharmacy, basically confirming what Picky said in season 1 about Sharon and Kareem being drug dealers at the pharmacy. Also, an interesting nod to what was said earlier in the episode when Manny was talking to Dale about, oh, you work at this pharmacy, huh? Well, if you join the Rakadushi, that means you can help us out in getting us and supplying us what we need, aka drugs. So, yeah, that does tie a lot of things together. And it gets to the point where he's like, man, that's a big motherfucker in there. It's like, I know. We got to chop him up. What? No. So basically, the dude says, look, I can go get the stuff you would need to handle it, but you need to chop him up. Look, can't we get somebody else to do it? Do you want to risk somebody else knowing about this? I ain't going to lie. If it came between me having another person know about it versus me chopping someone up, I would go the route of having someone else do it. Now, also, the cousin does bring up the question, why don't you call the police? Oh, wait. My cousin who runs a drug operation through my pharmacy asked me about calling the police. Well, I'm pretty sure the cousin has a very valid point, and I mentioned this in a separate video. All the reasons why Kareem, yeah, it looks bad as hell because 1, you're the one phoning in the body. 2, the body's at your apartment. 3, everybody knows you and Barry are not on good terms. 4, the way that Barry's explosive personality is, the way he rages out on people, it could be assumed he came over to your apartment up to no good, and that led to a, back and forth that led to him being killed. But that's a lot better than trying to cover a murder, or basically cover up, or cover up a setup. Somebody's trying to set Kareem up and he has to cover that up, and that doesn't look too good. So Kareem is just like, he's like, look, I can't do that kind of thing, man. Chop him up. What you want me to do? So last thing to talk about is Deborah at the hospital doing a very shitty job of trying to convince the doctor and then later a cop that she is a knife thrower in the circus, and that's the reason she has her wound. She just wants to get it checked out to see if there's any kind of internal bleeding or anything like that. And that's pretty much it. The doctor comes back, x-ray shows that it wasn't a knife wound. The cop comes in, she doesn't want to talk to him. Basically, he threatens to detain her, and then that's pretty much it. Yeah, so this episode wasn't terrible, but yeah, it was kind of mid-tier. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, like and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one.